no game. This that CSZ game. They said pull up, so I came. You better put some respect on their name. Yeah, 55, what's goody? Kill the vibe, how could it? Big Cardinal on the hoodie. Let me break it down for you fully. This ain't your average broadcast. This ain't just no podcast. The mother shows spread fake news. We just call them broadcast. West, Joey, Sam, Shawn, Dawson. Ain't you know that boy Higgy? He said he don't want no small fries. Tell them they better make them biggie. Yeah, you already know what we be on. We got the crown, we hold the throne. We throw the mails and you take them home. When they ring the bells, you know that it's home. The bar set, we setting the tone. If we set it, then set it in stone. Sit in the seat, set up your phone. You in the Cardinal sports zone.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. We are a little bit thrown off because we did do a reactionary right after the game pod the other night, which threw us off in our timeline. So we will not only have you an episode tonight, we'll bring one to you Sunday afternoon about 1:30. And then we're going to have one on location on Friday. And since they've not announced it yet, I'm not going to announce it yet. But I appreciate everybody being here. I appreciate you all tuning in, and yeah, we're gonna have a good show tonight. We have so we are coming to you live from the Fitness Market Studios North. This is the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast. I'm your host, Jeremy Wallman, with my new 55 hoodie. Sorry, pretty sweet. I know. Thanks. I got presents for all of you all, but none of y'all showed up. So
I did. Thank you.
Except Joey, but I'm not just gonna give him his.
What the? I didn't say it.
Unbelievable.
I know.
I can't hear myself. There we go.
There you go. Got everybody.
I still get my present, dude. That's bull crap.
Okay. All right. Big guest coming in town tomorrow. Yeah. What's up? All right. I was just about to check. I was going to stall for a second so I could look and see if the chat line was working. What's up, Chris? What's up, TJ? Yeah, Andrew. We got a big basketball, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about that on Sunday. I may answer your basketball questions. What's up, Anthony? What we're going to focus on tonight is previewing tomorrow night's game. Again, the chat line is open. We'll answer all your questions. Y'all drive the show, so we're going to give y'all the keys. We do understand that there's an NFL football game on at the exact time as we're recording the show, and we apologize for that, but it's really the only time everybody could get together to do the show. So I do apologize for that. And y'all can always listen to this at a later time. So it's a win-win situation. And
Sean's got his V-neck on.
Sean's got his C-neck on. Higgy's got his multi-neck on.
Sean's new nickname is Sling Blade.
Oh my God. Again, as always, if you want to follow us on social media, it's at the bottom somewhere. I'm not going to look stupid. It's there at the bottom. If you want to support the show so we can get more shows out to you, I'm going to try to get y'all once a week during the day show. I'm going to bring back Live with 55 and do that during the day. Got me a nice new intro for that. It's pretty banging. It was my idea. And shout out to the mystery videographer who wants to remain nameless. Same one that did our intro, and it was really, really good. What's up, Robbie? Sorry, I didn't mean to yell like that. I will let y'all know I am not. Last week I was drinking orange Gatorade as we did the show and realized that was probably a bad omen, seeing that we had just gotten beaten by the orange. So this week I went to reach into the fridge, and it was between orange and yellow. And I remember, well, yellow is one of gold. Yellow is one of their colors. So I did not grab it. I did reach for the orange. So we've already been orange crushed enough as it is. Yeah, let's beat some butt tomorrow, Andrew, for sure. And Shawn. Oh, and like I said, hit those up at the bottom. Donate. We can bring you more shows. I can get better co-hosts than Shawn and Higgy. And Higgy just
What happened?
he
Disappeared.
just jumped out.
Did that just make my face totally disappear?
Yeah, it did for a second. Just leave it. He'll be back in a second.
He's got.
He'll be back momentarily. That's just how Higgy is just a disruptor. Watch Joey get Quentin. What's good? All right. So let's jump right in, though. Like I said, our socials are at the bottom, not security numbers, but our social media handles. And the way you can donate to the show is also at the bottom. So, so we play a central, and I will talk. We'll preview the game, and then I'll give y'all some of my concerns after hearing from a couple of people that were in the house, players. Y'all know how I am with talking to players and coaches. They hit me up. Shawn's gone too, so.
Later, dudes.
All right. So
The Jeremy and Joey show.
that's the way it's been our whole life. Oh, here comes El Virgo. Are you there?
Sling Blade, can you hear us? Shawn. Nod yes if you've.
Can you hear us?
What?
I'm just going to beat him. Is there any way to have Coach Satterfield show the same type of passion and aggression as previous coaches? No. Dondi, happy
That's
NFL
easy.
opening day. Happy, not for my team yet, but happy NFL opening day to you.
I think you're going to be surprised.
Did the Steelers move their game to tonight?
No, I'm just talking about first week.
Maybe not.
Here comes the bride.
Hello?
Hey, I can hear you.
Hey, Shawn.
Hey.
By the shirt. Just
Not
kidding.
Shawn's. It's a V-neck.
But no, I knew you meant. I think that's huge for team. No, I honestly don't think there's anything. After hearing what I've heard, there's nothing the coaching staff can do. I don't want to say too much because then I won't be told anything else. But let's paint a picture. There are a couple things I've already said, so I don't mind saying them again. During that Syracuse game, they ran 64 plays offensively. What's up, Brian? And I believe we had only practiced 4 of the defenses. So out of 62 plays, 58 of the plays that we lined up, we had no idea what we were doing because we had not ran those defenses all summer. When they gave it, they're in the playbooks, but they had not been ran all summer. Also, there was some tension between a majority of the coaches missed like the team dinner and prep. Hey, what's up, Wayne? As you could tell, Andrew, yeah, absolutely. The defense drives me nuts because you got DBs 18. It was 3rd and 18.
That's nothing new though.
And our guys gave them a 17-yard cushion. James, I don't know, man. This is Cody. What's up? I'm getting word from the open practice. I will have a report for you all as soon as I'm texted. I had a couple people send me pictures and send me some reports. So, we got a text right now. Who's that from? Oh, it's my extended car warranty. Dropping in real quick to say what up. Out running errands. What up, Kevin? What up? Yeah, they are. But here's the thing. As much as I would love to blame this on the coaching, there's some ego stuff going on player-wise as well. The NIL stuff is playing a part just like I thought it was. It's ridiculous. It does sound like Trevor. That's our stat boy Trevor. It does sound like the beginning of the end of the basketball fiasco. And I don't know why Higgy signed out. Higgy, if you want to jump back in, you can. Joey, if you'll let me know on Facebook, like who's joining in.
I can't do
You
that.
can't do that.
Now I can.
I can do that.
Hey, listen, I can sign off. I would rather do that. They just won't see my face. They'll hear me talk.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Okay.
Because,
all right.
Hold on. Joe's headphones are glitching.
Joey's
Oh,
headphones.
because of my background. Well, Quentin, guess what?
Oh, well.
Now they ain't glitching.
Great. Now you left me on screen with Shawn.
Yeah. Well,
Great. Not this with football. Yeah. Okay, fair enough, Bubba. We won't put them on here. Just to clear all that stuff up. So this is something that's not going to be fixed unless the players swallow their pride and look over some of the petty stuff. It's petty stuff on both sides. Like that is not. You talk about it being the same as the Chris Mack fiasco, and from what I've heard, that locker room, it is the exact same. You got coaches that are not agreeing with coaches. You've got players that are not respecting coaches. You got players ready to leave already after one game. It's ridiculous. Win or lose tomorrow, we need to show that we could turn this team around. Yeah, I mean, listen. No, I'm just kidding. We got to hook Shawn up with somebody's mom. I don't disagree with that. Or somebody's auntie or their blind best friend, whatever. We're good. But just get all this out of the way before we preview, because I do have some stats for you from UCF, thanks to the phenomenal one, Trevor Edwards. This is going to be a long season, guys. And what makes it worse is that there's half of my head's like, we're not going to let him go. The buyout drops to under $5 million after the season. We don't have a lot of extra money. I mean, we may have some NIL money to throw in there. Let me put this first and foremost. I really wanted Scott Satterfield to succeed here. Y'all know that. Y'all listened. Y'all paid attention to me. I have preached. Give him the time. Give him the chance. But when I saw nothing had changed from game 1 this year through games 1 through 24 of the prior 2 years, yeah, Brent. And that could be it too. Like he's making, and that's just from one deal. The 450, I think, is just Planet Fitness, and him and he lives at the Galt House, so that probably rubs a couple of them the wrong way. I'd rather him just turn it around and fix that defense. And that's the thing, Andrew. Me too. I would rather see this work out. No, Trevor, let me put a pin in you for a second. I do want to address that. I want to see him turn it around. Part of me does. And then a part of me is like, well, if he's just going to leave at the end of the year because he does turn it around, which there's no indication that he wouldn't. Maybe the recruiting class would keep him here now as opposed to when we talked about it after the Air Force game. But man, I just don't know that he's got the gumption. He's a very low energy, low intensity coach that reflects on our players on the field. We need us as much as I hate to say it, we need a butthole as a head coach and not a nice guy. Every nice guy coach we've had, Crackthorpe, Satterfield. Oh God, I said the curse word.
Unbelievable.
I'm sorry, Shawn. Scatterfield, and even Coach Cooper was almost too nice at first, but he was like they hired him at 30 years old. So he was young. A lot of his issue is that he was young and didn't really have a system to install. So let's get to y'all's questions real quick. Do I think Josh has a list? I do. I cannot confirm that. I do think I have been told by somebody who's friends with members of the ULAA that everybody that's wishing for Brom is
wishing up the wrong
butt out of luck. It may be a former Cardinal, and y'all, but it won't be Jeff Brom. It'll be a certain guy that heads up the offense in Atlanta. Satterfield isn't a bad coach. He just can't hire quality coordinators. Trevor. Something else I was told was that he underestimated this job. He thought he was coming to coach a MAC team with MAC expectations, and did not know it was going to be this big of a job. I said it Monday after all the shows. I'm a diehard, but if I don't see something different tomorrow night, I'm done. I'm not going to be done because these kids don't deserve us to give up on them. At the end of the day, no matter how bratty they're acting or how stupid the coaches are acting, our coaches are not putting our players in the best position for us to win. Bobby Petrino, somebody suggested last night Bobby Petrino 3.0, and I immediately blocked them and sent them in a different atmosphere. Brett Kaufman says we need Prime. I don't think that's the answer. I mean, I like him. I want Strong back. Oh, Lord, Andrew. Great coach, just not a good person. Pierce visiting Oregon is Pierce is not, listen, 50th time tonight. He's not visiting Oregon. He is playing a game on their home field tomorrow night. He is going through walkthroughs right now at Oregon Stadium. He may be visiting them. Let me take that. He may be unofficially visiting them because he's in town and it's something to do, but there's nothing to that. But I'm glad you mentioned that, Trevor, because I did want to talk about that. Anthony, I want him to turn it around. There's no signs. Brian, no Brom, please. Not the man himself, but someone like that. Gotcha. Dave Ragone, like that. JG from Bond. Seth believes in the system. Yeah, I do too. I believe the system belongs in the MAC or back in the Sun Belt somewhere. I know, Rito, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. That's the first time I said it. It's because somebody got me worked up the other day trying to tell me he was better than Coop, and I know that wasn't true. What he didn't know is it won't work in the Power 5. Absolutely. That's why I don't blame him. He just didn't realize how big of a job. And then after a 4-7 season, he goes and flirts with South Carolina. He obviously didn't know anything about the Louisville fan base because as far as football coaches are concerned, we've always been the side chick. You hook up with us for a couple years and then you go find your main.
Shawn wish he was a side chick.
Shawn's not even a – never mind. Anthony, he's not visiting Oregon. He is literally going through pregame warm-ups. They're playing a game on their field tomorrow night. And you may have sent that before I said that. So support the team if you don't support the coaches. Heck no. Bobby 3.0 from Tom Jeffries. Robbie says, oh, Dave, we're going. I'll take it. Here, I'll click on some of these comments because I know y'all like them popping up on the screen. Chris Curry, we need a 4 to 5 year commitment from Lance Taylor. Yeah, I wish I could tell you all the stuff I heard. He's going to be here in 4 or 5 years. I think Clarkson is coming no matter who's the coach. Andrew, great point. As I said the other night and last night, I was on the ACC Nation Twitter space. And they asked me, are we afraid of losing players if we lose Coach Satterfield? The whole nation is talking about us firing our coach after one game, which I'm not completely sold on. But I don't. I think Adidas, I think NIL, I think that's what – do you think any of those guys were like, yeah, I want to come play for Scott Satterfield? Burp, burp. No, I don't. I don't, not even a little bit. Hey, we're going. Rave, cool guy Don, my man. What's up? I appreciate the love you show us. Pierce may be poaching for us. I don't know. He's just got a high school game there tomorrow night. That's all I know. Does this? No, it don't. I'm still learning how to do that. I wish my Shawn, you used to be the producer for the old Live of 55 shows. I need that. I need a producer, and not like Nikki V, who apparently just flings the F word everywhere.
I was going to ask about that. I seen Rest in Peace yesterday.
I know. That's my guy, though.
He said, it's been real, Nikki.
I texted him this morning. I was like, hey, man, you've always got a job here with us if you want it. Good comparison with the side chick. Yeah, but that's how we got things. We were getting things turned around behind the scenes, and you fired Cooper for John L. John L. uses all the talent and resources that Coop brought in and goes on a mini, I won't say a mega run, but for us at that time, it was a huge run. Then he leaves us at halftime of a bowl game for Michigan State. He got his just desserts then. Then Bobby comes in, and Bobby leaves for the Falcons, and he got his just desserts because Michael Vick wasn't there, and he ended up having to leave a note at in the locker room to tell people he wasn't going to be there. Then you enter. Who was after Bobby? The K word. So then you got Kmart that was here, and he was just a placeholder, man. There was so much stuff going on with the program at then. I don't even think he thought he was going to be here any more than 3 years. There was just a bunch of stuff. He kicked a bunch of players off the team, which was necessary due to some stuff that was going on. And I think he was just a placeholder until we could figure out who the next move was. And that's when Charlie Strong came in, and he was here for a few years, did phenomenally. And not to put anything, I mean, so to Bobby, his first time, and then he leaves. So, yeah, as Louisville fans, that gives us a complex. It's like, is any coach going to come here and say, this is the place for me, this is where I want to be at?
Yeah, Scott Satterfield.
No, Obviously not. Throw the bank at John Gruden. Anthony, I need you to calm down with that. His recruit, Cool Guy Don says his recruiting class has me holding on for now. Fair enough. Mac teams don't have. James says Mac teams don't have a Heisman Trophy winner in their lobby, so he must be naive. Absolutely. Shawn Hold Still says Bubba. I think Josh will pull the trigger if he underperforms. So let me ask you all this: what is the record? Let's say the buyout wasn't an option. We're just talking about, okay, I'm a fan. What's the record that you pull the trigger and fire the coach? Is it 0-1, obviously, for some people, 0-2, 0-3, 0-4? Give us your comments. We don't have the money to pay him the buyout.
If we had the money, I would say 0-4 because then that would mean a loss to South Florida as well.
Right. That's exactly what I was thinking too. The NIL they will get in immediate playing time, I think. Sure.
We use NIL money to pay off his buyout?
I don't know. Do you think Lance Taylor was trolling in the press conferences? He seemed oblivious. What's up, Kevin Watson? No, I don't think he was oblivious. From what I've heard, him and Sack got into it, and there's turmoil already at the top there. And like, it's, again, I wish I could tell y'all everything I knew, because then it would make everything would make a lot more sense. But it's just, things are just not good up there right now. And I love Rocco. I love Pete. I love all those guys up there. But this ain't it. This is not it. Let's see. Lance doesn't. He didn't even have on his headset for the game. But make no mistake, he wasn't going to call the plays. This was a window dressing situation. We put Lance Taylor there just as a nice and shiny ornament. That's all it was. Just like Hiram McGriff, who, by the way, has never coached somewhere more than 1 year. So what does that tell you? I don't know. Robbie, let's go to Robbie. I truly believe
Sean's going to have to turn his porch light on.
Sean's a loser. No, I truly believe if Jurich was still at Louisville, Bobby, maybe so, but I'm sometimes you just got to move on. Let's see. Bubba, been a fan, will stay a fan for sure. Ryan Paris. What's up, Ryan? Should have went after Lane Kiffin. It would at least been entertaining. Trevor says 0-5. Andrew Mudd says 0-3. Chris Curry said, almost forgot about Crag Mart, 75% off. Brent Kaufman says 1-4. Lee Newton 0-3. Bradley Harris says Adidas has the buyout money. Maybe so. 55 for coach. No. I blame him for not knowing our history. Absolutely. If he can't be USF, he should be. That's where I kind of sit at. Was Taylor led to believe he would call any plays? That I'm not sure of. But I do know that he's questioning why he even came here. That's something I heard.
I mean, I don't know why you would want to come here as an offensive coordinator if you weren't going to get to call plays. I don't see that.
Well, it looks like he has no influence either at all. And influence, because he said on going to, his input, different things, and nothing looked different. It looked exactly like it did all last year.
Why does his voice sound funny?
It's Shawn.
It sounds funnier.
All right, there's a big push for me to get the job. I don't want it. I appreciate it.
Hire Joe Wallman. Hashtag.
Donnie says that's what I don't understand is Taylor's just a chess piece, while Queen Sad is calling all the moves. Ooh. My man Ryan, where you at, Ryan? Also, remember we are getting an $8 million boost in TV money because of Comcast. Yeah, that's a great point. I'm not really sure that translates to buyout money. I'm going to check the other avenues here real quick. Sorry, and this is not a brag or a flex, but I was talking with Peyton Siva. I said, I'm gonna need a practice report, LOL. And he's like, they're working hard, I can tell you that. And then I said, that's good to hear and expect with KP in charge. Everybody's been talking about L. Ellis. Did any of the other guards stand out to you? And then I said, wait a minute, that sounds like an interview question. He said, geez, It does. So shout out to my guy Peyton. I'm not going to divulge anything he tells me because I got plenty of other people there that don't care if I do. That I will. Bradley says if we get smoked tomorrow, the Satterfield's got to go. Otherwise, the FSU game is going to be dead. Andrew Mudd says only thing that made things better was seeing KP heating up with his recruiting. Absolutely. The naming rights money could come in handy for Sat's buyout. His name is not Shawn. His name is Trevor. My God.
Shawn needs to turn his porch light on.
Yeah, Shawn, we can't see you. Matter of fact, just leave it off. But yeah, it's an odd situation. It's an odd situation. I don't know what's going on. I don't think you can fire him at 0-2. I think things are going to get a little worse before they get better. I can see us going 2-2 after 4 games and him saving his behind. That's what he's going to have to do to save his behind, is to go 2-2 in these first 4. And I just don't know. For example, we'll get into the preview, and I promised that like 22 minutes ago. But David, you're right. Waste of money. Why pay an OC and he's not calling the plays? Well, because So let's jump in. So these are the stats from the first game of the year from UCF. 600 total yards, 308 in the air, 292 rushing. They're averaging 7.4 yards per play. They ran 81 plays in the first game and went 9 for 15 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down. They gave up 91 total yards to SC Upstate, only 35 rushing, 56 passing, which no matter what kind of, even on the PlayStation, I rarely, that's about what I get, but that's with me sacking them like 15 times a game. So that is an impressive stat line there. Central Florida quarterback, John, I think it's Rice Plumlee. I think that's how you pronounce it. Had 308 yards passing on 20 of 31 and 100 yards rushing on 16 attempts. He's a former wide receiver who is an athlete, and he leads UCF in passing and in rushing. Their defense is tied, due to the stats I talked about, the defense is tied for first in the nation after week 1 for total yards. They're 5th in yards per game on offense. The defense only had 2 sacks in week 1. I spoke to Ricky Barber earlier, which is one of my DOS kids, and he's pretty confident he's going to have a big game. If y'all remember in game day prep last year, we talked to the Central Florida site SSN_UCF, and they hit me up yesterday, and they were like, "Man, I'm nervous about the game Friday," and I'm like, "Well, I wouldn't be nervous at all, and until we fix things, there's no need to be scared." And he doesn't think their quarterback's going to run for many yards on us, and that just leads me to believe he's not really noticed that. I think out of the last 8 games, no matter how fast or slow the quarterback's been, I think they've rushed for over 70 every game, except for 1 in our last 7, from the slow Boston College quarterback to DJ from Clemson to Will Levi's. That's what I'm going to call him. I know it's not how you pronounce his name. No matter what. So that's where I think the difference is going to be. I don't think they're going to throw the ball that much. I think they're going to just run it down our neck. Their leading receiver is Javon Baker. He got 84 yards off of 5 catches and a touchdown last week. The tight end Kamori Gamble had 3 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. Their leading rusher besides the quarterback is Isaiah Bowser. He had 22 rushes for 74 yards and 2 touchdowns. So before I go back to the text line, which y'all are lighting it up, and I appreciate y'all. Y'all the reason why I do this. Shawn, I'll ask you first. Can we turn things around? Do we want to turn them around? Do we just want to get? I mean, I want what's best for the program, and firing the coach is not best for the program. And if he can have some sort, and I hate to say this because these douche canoes just rub me the wrong way, but those people an hour to the east, they held on to their crappy coach and they turned it around. Are we just not being patient enough as a fan base, or do we just expect more? Just answer all the questions, Shawn, at once.
Okay, do we expect more? Yes. should we have been. It's year 4 by now. You shouldn't be seeing some of the same exact issues last 2 years and some in year 1. Can we turn around? Can we beat UCF?
Can we turn things around? And I hear what Joey's talking about now. It sounds like you've been sucking on a helium balloon.
Yeah.
It's okay. People don't listen to you anyway. So.
I'm going to say.
Do we turn?
I don't know, based on what preface the show on when you first came on, and you were talking about behind the scenes issues. I don't see how we can.
Okay, Joey, what about you? Do we turn things? Can we and do we?
Can we? Yes, but that takes a change in play calling, a change in sort of philosophy going into games.
Has he shown either of you all that
it's not going to happen?
Okay,
no.
That's what I was saying. He's not shown me that he's like I would have been okay if we would have played that first game and I saw some changes, but the 3 people on the line and in your DBs 18 yards off the ball, that's nothing changes. That's the same old. Kevin Watson says, I still believe. I say 8 wins. Scuba Steve says, sorry, I'm late. That was from a while back. I apologize. About 5 minutes ago. I'm not too late. Tim Bartley said, since I mentioned basketball, hearing anything on the DJ front, are his people ghosting us? No, his people aren't ghosting us. And I would like to go more in detail about that. Here's what I'll tell you. There's a family struggle going on right now. One side wants them to go to Louisville. The other side wants them to go to Kentucky. And the grandpa's torn apart that it's that serious of it's apparently driving a wedge between them. So I don't know which side's going to win.
He should go somewhere else then.
Bubba says we're effed. Okay. Cody says everything you're saying is fireable. The damage is done. Cool guy Don is not a Brown fan. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think the fans think that's something to worry about. Dave Ragone is who I'm thinking that we're going to target over him if that happens. Chris Curry says, I'm intrigued by Isaiah Miranda. I fully believe that Miranda and Curtis Williams Jr. will be our first 2 commits. Oscar says, can Josh Hurd go to Satterfield and make him let Taylor call the play? I'm sure he can. Josh Hurd is the boss. He's the main man. Bubba says running quarterbacks kill us. Trevor, who apparently doesn't get enough attention in the group chat, says, how many draw plays do you think Gus runs? All of them. Any team with Brian needs to go. FSU is going to be brutal. I can just see FSU being a game that we accidentally win. I don't know how to explain it. All I know is that I did see LSU just march down the field with 15-yard completions, and if it wasn't for the missed extra point, they would have probably went on to beat them. So I'm not saying we're LSU, but I'm not too worried about that. All right. Andrew says we have the players to stop that run bull crap though. Minkins was all over the field last week. Yeah, but everybody else was out of position. But the UC to get to your point, Trevor, if I'm a UCF fan, I draw once a series every single time you run the draw and you beat us by 17. Shawn with the iPhone 4. Okay. Best case scenario, Sat wins out and takes North Carolina job. It's almost like somebody predicted that at the end of the season that he was going to win 10 games, flip everybody off, and leave. Does he have Dalton's internet? I don't think so. I don't think they're sharing it. Dondi says, I want to believe. Oh, sorry. Let me try this. I want to believe, but I think tomorrow will tell a lot. Then we will see how fans react for the FSU game attendance. I hate that these kids are going to be the ones that grown adults try to prove their point to. We're not going to come to the game. That'll make them fire the coach. No, that'll make the current players think these fans don't care about us. So then I'll make the future players be like, you want to know what worries me? I'm not worried about the recruits decommitting because of SAT. I'm worried if we try this boycotting bullcrap and they see the fans not supporting the players and coaches.
Well, the other thing you got to think about is the money that they lose. Like, that's less money that if we wanted to buy Satterfield out of his contract and terminate him. That's less money that we have available to do that. So
Right.
the best thing would be to like pack the stadium, still support the team, still support the kids,
And have a good time. That's what we did.
And if they still put the same product out on the field, then we've done our part.
Listen, and a lot of these fans that I see that are we're going to boycott the games are younger fans. They didn't see us have to go to Convenient to get our 4 free football tickets if we had perfect attendance.
1-9-1 tying against San Jose State.
Do what?
1-9-1 the 1 year, and like we tied San Jose State. Like,
well, that year, the San Jose State year, that was the year we went to the Fiesta Bowl when we were 10-1-1. But that wasn't anything out of the ordinary. And gosh, man, I saw a lot of bad football, and I saw a lot of people filling the tailgates and filling the stands and supporting the team. Like, that's just not the move. Walter says, I hope we can play better in the rain because it's suspected off and on all day. Yeah, maybe we can do a repeat of the Florida State win here at home in the rain. Brent Kaufman says, I'm just exhausted. I'm so tired of the negativity in our programs. I think that's got a lot to do with it, too. We've had an 8-year crappy run as a Louisville fan. Bo, I'm mentioning Dave Ragone because that is the person I fully believe, from things I've been told, that somebody was flat out asked, are we going to, if we fire Satterfield, who are we going after? Brom? And they said, no, not Brom. It's going to be Ragone. No Brom, please, says Mike Singleton. Andrew said, I think Johnson will be here too. I want DJ. Yeah, like DJ felt like a much more, and I hate to go back to basketball, DJ felt much more critical right after KP was hired. I still want DJ. I think we'll get AJ Johnson, but and then we've got some tricks off of our sleeve. We tried to get a kid to reclassify that didn't, and I'm thinking if he was going to reclassify to come this year, that means he would probably flip his commitment and come next year. I don't know. Cool guy Don talking about that, absolutely. Brent Kaufman says, I have no anticipation of the games, no excitement at all. I watch out of 45-year habit. Maybe it's different between former athletes and just and not to say we're better than regular everyday fans, but maybe it's different because for me, I want to see them win. I want to see them do better. It's appointment television for it would not matter because you say 45 years of habit. 25 years ago, we were the payday game. We had one season where number 3 Tennessee, number 4 South Carolina, number 1 Virginia Tech, and number 2 Oklahoma were on our schedule or something. It was something along those lines. And we watched and we'll get them next time because we never thought because we were so good in basketball, we didn't think we'd be a viable football program. We're building our way there. Shawn, you're completely just in the dark now. William Thompson said, I'm jumping really quick. William Thompson says, NIL has to be reformed or it will cause many good players to leave teams, destroying it. Yeah, absolutely. Kevin, didn't mean to jump off your point. You said as good as they looked early, they looked bad late. And that's what we're going to have to do. Hope that they have that similar formula. Bubba says, but Sat loves to run. This is our legitimate, our game plan. It's run, pass, run, punt. That's it, every game.
But you know what? Like, honestly, if the running game is working, I don't mind that. I don't care. Now, our defense has to stop.
But it doesn't.
People, right.
Under him, our running game has been non-existent.
Right. I'm just saying, if it's working, then, like, that's fine. But when it's not, you have to open up the field. Well, that's the thing anyway. With your run game, you have to be able to open up the field to, make their defense have to respect the pass and the run, so they can't just put 8-9 people in the box and stop the run every time because they know it's coming. Throw some play action in there, fake it, throw it out to the Marshawn Ford is like, last year was his security blanket, Guys coming up, dump it off to him. So
here's the problem with Malik. He is a one-read quarterback. His first year, it was 2-2. He would only throw to 2-2. Dez got frustrated. I know Dez's dad got frustrated. Then it was Jordan Watkins, and now it's Tyler Hudson. I think Malik's a good dude. I just don't know that he has the football IQ to be able to do anything more than run the ball. And they didn't call any. There were no design run plays for him called this week,
check down,
which is normal. Like it's different from normally. It's half of them are run plays for him, half of them are passing plays. But I just don't know that he can. I want him to, but I've not seen anything other than he throws to one particular person, and then only if somebody's like butthole wide open, he tosses it to a Jordan Watkins or Amari Huggins Bruce down the sideline. So Bubba says he'll be there regardless. Yeah, that's because you're short. Peter Hep 32 says, did Shawn turn to the dark side? Absolutely. Donde Brooks replies to himself and says, you're right. Well, we thought you were right. Bo says, I definitely disagree with boycotting games. Yeah, and we'll be there too. Robbie, I always support these players come heck or high water. I just won't go above and beyond to support the coaching staff. I remain vigilant when others jump ship. So have I. That's what hurts, man. That's what hurts the most is that I was behind this guy and he has not shown me anything that leads me to believe he's going to change anything. Every time I see Louisville on Twitter, my heart skips a beat. Great point. For James Allen says, you bought tickets already. Go to the game and leave early if they suck and go outside to tailgate. How do you think Ragone will do with recruiting? I think we're past the time, honestly, where the head coach makes the difference in the with the NIL and Adidas. I think Steve Clarkson is our lead recruiter, and I think he's been doing a bang job. Donnie says, I'm with you, Bo. Bo says, no offense to Ragone, but is that the best we can do being in the ACC? Now, I didn't say he would be the pick. I said between those two, he would be the pick. So I want to make sure I clear that up. Oscar says, anyone that doesn't want to go to the games, hit me up. I'll take your tickets. Anthony would like to see him be a head coach elsewhere before we go all in on him. I don't disagree with that. Brett, and I watched every time TV covered them. I took a vacation. Brent, I can remember having to wait till 11 o'clock at night to watch the tape delay. Do you remember that, Shawn?
Yeah.
Because you weren't talking to any girls at the time. WDRB.
He was watching all the replays.
Kevin says Shawn has never looked better. My God.
That's
Bubba
right.
says maybe once Owens is here, it'll be better. Mike Singleton says we have to have intensity from the start, but you don't see intensity from the sidelines. So that's kind of hard to match that. I always look to Coach Bunning and Coach Piercy and them for intensity. Steven says Sat plays Madden with all these plays. No, you're giving him too much credit, Steven. Sat's playing Tecmo Bowl. Brian Goodman, what's up, BG? A former co-host of Live with 55, Brian Goodman. Finally getting to tune into one of these. Sorry, Shawn's on here. That's all I can say. Kevin says, when does Malik get pulled to prepare for the future? That's a great question, man. If we keep going down the same route,
gets here,
well, I can see a situation where Malik protects himself and pulls himself out. If we are under 500 at the mid-season point, that's what NIL does, man. That's the thing I did not like about it.
From what? Like
injury
so,
and going to the league. He absolutely
thinks
thinks he's going to the league.
That's another part of his IQ that we need to worry about.
Dan Bartley
he'll be
says,
switching positions.
What'd you say, Shawn?
Switching positions. He ain't playing.
They're going to switch him. He's not playing QB in the league.
Don't think we can overestimate the damage South Carolina did with many fans. That I was saying that earlier, Dan. Dan. Yes. Sorry, it's very, very small on my screen. That hurt bad, and that lost a lot of support. I don't know that people would still be forgiving right now because after year 3 of both Craggs and Coop, year 3 was the end result. So at least go to the games and get drunk, says Andrew. Okay. David says Malik needs to sit for a quarter, and then maybe he will wake up. Maybe. I hope so. John says it is very important to do. Very important what you do, letting the fans see what a player's perspective. Well, I didn't get to play. I got injured twice, but yeah. We'll call it a player's perspective. Cody Bischoff says I wasn't in panic mode until this info. This seems like deeper rooted issues other than coaching. I'm sorry I put you in a panic mode. It's not just coaching issues though. Dabo Sweeney. Wayne says Dabo Sweeney, you got the big 10-year deal. Yep. Master Yoda, what up? What's up? What's good, CSZ peeps? Man, we're just trying to sift through the rubbish, rummage through this game for tomorrow night until we have a team I can say on 3rd and 1, oh, we got this. We are not there yet. You have to be able. Look, we had teams like that in the past with Mr. Third Down, Lavelle Boyd, who converted. I think he's got the highest third down. Running backs like Jeremy Smith and Brandon Radcliffe. We're going to have Brandon Radcliffe on the show here in a couple of weeks. There was no doubt. Andrell Smith, no doubt. There's doubt. John V, what you see on the sideline is a stubborn, conceited coach. I'm not going to call him no names, but maybe. Bubba Ray Lindy says it's time for a varsity blues happening. Bubba, whatever you want to do is your business. I'm not putting whipped cream on Shawn. Andrew Mudd says our 2 backs last week look good enough. We don't have to wait on Owens. Rito says, can Steve...
Two of those backs, one of those backs is, I think, grad transfer? Or one of them a senior? I'm not sure on that. I had to look.
Who, Tyon Evans? Yeah, he's a grad transfer. And he did look good, but the offense, we didn't give the ball to him enough. And when he did get the ball, the line didn't block very well for him. Rito wants to know, can Steve Clarkson be the quarterback coach? Maybe. Put Brock in or Khalib, says Trevor. Trevor, I'm stopping giving you attention. You're taking away from everybody else. I don't know what is Khalib still on the team? I haven't heard about. I haven't heard in a long time. Bo says, let me put some respect on a Ragone name. My bad, Dave. Cardinal says, yo, I'm behind a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. We just got so many responses. Master Yoda says our schemes are the players' problems, not the players. Nah, I'm going to disagree with you there, man. I know some stuff going on behind the scenes, and there's a portion of the players that are getting the NIL money that's letting it go to their heads. So Cody says, make no mistake, I'm going to enjoy every single win we get. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy both of them. Bubba says player mutiny. I don't think so. John says he is unbending what is different from the end of last year. Yeah. Rito, my bro. Tylen Evans needs 20. He needs 25 to 30 carries a game. I agree with that. Scuba Steve said, I was disappointed in the O-line. I thought that would be one of our strengths. And Andrew says, I meant wait to be a good running. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Kevin Watson, no chance Sat leaves mid-year. He goes elsewhere. Our scheme is on point. No, our schemes aren't on point, but neither are our players right now.
So if he has a bad year,
I'm going to enjoy both of them. Yeah, I am.
So if he has a bad year this year and decides to leave on his own, we don't have to pay him, right?
Sat? Yeah.
We still have to pay?
No. If he leaves on his own fruition.
So, Card Nation, if you truly want a different coach, that's what you need to.
I love Louisville football, so I'm going to support him until.
I said if that's what you want. Right. That's what you need to look for. But I agree, the buyout's too much. Short of going 0-6, 0-7, starting the season like that, I don't think there's any chance that he is not our coach for we play 11 or 12 games now. 12 for 12 games this year.
Trevor says in the group chat, hey, you can always tell us privately what's going on behind the scenes. Trevor, if you join the website to get tidbits, I don't tell them nothing. I love you, but I love them, but I don't even. The only person that ever gets any behind the scenes information is Shawn and Sam, and that's just because they do so much normally for the website, and of course Joey because he's always here. But no, I'm not your paywall, bruh. Let's see. Oh, Rito says, "What up, Yoda?" John says he'll never leave on his own. Kevin says, "I'll support anyone except Brom." LOL. Ready for tomorrow night. Just don't get blown out. Wait, what NIL is causing rifts in the team? Read. Yes, NIL is causing rifts in the team. The players that aren't getting paid as much are feeling a certain type of way, and then the ones that are getting paid a lot feel like they're
It's just like any regular.
some
job.
of them feel like they're above being coached. I've heard instances of where a certain position coach told somebody to run a gasser, and he told them no and left. So, and that's all I'm going to say. Y'all going to get me in trouble. If y'all want to pay my mortgage, I'll tell y'all more stuff. Y'all just send me a buttload of money down here, and we can get that cracking.
I mean, it's just like a regular job. You know, some people that do the same thing, you know, if they find out how much somebody else makes and they think, well, why do they make so much more than me? And we do the same job. Or you got somebody that makes a certain amount on NIL, they're maybe not living up to, you know, their potential. And other people are like, well, why are they getting so much?
Or they could put so much stress on themselves to perform. So so that is what it is. Really quickly. Not really quickly, and I'm gonna keep the chat line open as long as we can here. We are winding down, and we do appreciate everybody's time. But predictions, Joey, what is your prediction? Your score prediction? I haven't heard you tell me anybody that's joined on Facebook, even though that's why
you've been reading them all.
Oh, who's joined? I haven't read anybody that joined.
Well, no, Tom Jeffries is the only one that it showed.
Oh, okay.
Of my friends, it only showed my friends that joined.
Gotcha. Andrew says Satterfield needs to stop being a pushover and rip some. Yeah, Master. So you're saying the schemes aren't bad? No, Yoda, I'm not saying that the schemes aren't bad. I'm just saying that our players aren't in the right positions, and there's just a lot going on. There's just so much going on behind the scenes.
Teresa Blessed Woman is watching you.
Great. I'll be off in a little bit so we can talk. My wife left me, but wants to join the YouTube chat, or the Facebook chat. But
she'll send a comment here soon.
She will. So there's just a lot of stuff, and it's stuff that's easily fixable. But Robbie says 28-21 Louisville. I'm going to go 30-17 UCF. I think the rain slows them down, but not that much. Joey, what about you?
Just from what I've seen last week, I don't see how we get 17 points. I'm going to say nice. I'll say 16 because we got a good kicker. I think we can get some field goals in there if Coach Sad pulls the trigger on the field goal. But I'll say 31-16 UCF.
Shawn?
I am going, even though it's going tonight, I still think we'll be able to, because they still had trouble with my week last year with the Saints. So I'm going to go the opposite of what happened here last year, 42-35.
Man, Master Yoda predicted a 42-12 UCF win.
Watching.
Jeff Nunn's old. Dondi says 28-13 UCF. Teresa did say what's up in the group
I knew
chat.
she would.
She predicts 24-16, which is pretty much impossible to get. Anthony says the offense busts loose, but defense still leaves a lot to be desired. 42-35 Cards. That's awful lofty expectations. Yoda says he hopes he's wrong. I do too. I just don't see. I didn't see any improvements last week. I am willing to give them tomorrow, and I don't want people to be like, "Well, it was raining, so he couldn't get his adjustments in." No, that's not going to be an excuse. You should be able to actually take advantage of the other team because of mistakes and slippage and stuff like that. It should be a closer game.
They should be watering the field down and watering the balls and practicing all week with wet balls.
Scuba Steve says 42-10 UCF. Robbie says that's why I can't bet on games. I will never root against my team. Appreciate that. Yoda says, L's up, go Cards, get this win. Stat proves us wrong. Andrew just wants a win. I think we all just want a win. We do want to give a shout out to all of our fine sponsors: Fitness Market, Shack in the Back Barbecue, Four Peck Smokehouse and Bar, in Derby City Lawn and Landscaping. guys, we appreciate you taking time out of your weeknight to join us. A lot of people joining us live, and we do appreciate that. Just win, baby. I see that. If you want to sponsor the show yourself, we got a couple new sponsors coming down the pike here. Hit us up, any of us up on our social medias. We'll get with you. They'll direct you to me, and I'll let you know just how you can sponsor the show. Bubba, you're a moron. Our social medias are on the bottom over there: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. All of them are down there. Let me. Hey, Yoda, I appreciate it, man. We love doing the show for y'all because we do want to give a different perspective. We know we can sound professional like the people on the radio, or we can sound uneducated like some of the podcasts that are around. But we really just want to give you all our perspective. Just don't get blown out. Absolutely. And, we're just good people trying to do a good show. So we appreciate all the support. Mike Singleton says, better change the play calling. Absolutely. Again, you can find us on all the social medias. They're right. Why am I pointing the wrong way again? Shawn, move out of the way. They're over there in the bottom right-hand corner. Shawn, you're fired. Again, if you want to support the podcast monetarily so we can bring you more shows, the ways you can do that are below. And also, if you want to use Zelle, you can DM me, and we can do that too. I'm glad you guys are back. We're glad to be back. Thank you, David. We appreciate that. We are. We had me and Joey have had a rough couple of months. It's not going to be any easier since Dad's birthday is this week coming up. So it's going to be tough. But stuff like this gets us out of that funk, and going to the tailgate Friday is going to get us out of that funk. So we love doing this for us. If you want to help support the podcast, tell all your friends, have them tell their friends. You can find us on all the podcast avenues: Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Buzzsprout, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google, Amazon, and iHeart Music. Hit the subscribe or follow button now. If you haven't listened to all the previous episodes of the Cardinal Sports Zone podcast, go back, check them out. Go to cardinalsportszone.com, the place it all began. Hit the podcast tab, go to the drop-down menu, go to CSZ Podcast. That's where all of our podcasts are supposed to be loaded. But if you follow us on any of the podcast avenues, they'll be there as well. Shout out to everybody who's out there sharing the podcast and tuning into the shows, whether it be the video show, which I'm shocked is taken off like it is, or for those of y'all that didn't want to see our faces and just want to listen to it, they'll be posted on the regular avenues here in about an hour. You'll be able to download them and listen to them on the way to work. Shout out to our guys Marcus and Steve holding it down during the day and being hated on Twitter all day long for keeping it real and supporting the universe they love instead of pooping on them at every avenue and chance that they have. Let's see. Y'all are great. Best show in town. Thanks, Bubba. I appreciate that. Teresa's cry face is probably because I mentioned Dad's birthday. James Allen says, forecast for Ocala. I see showers, only 40% at 7 and 20 by 8. That is normal. Listen, that's a great point. Now, what I'd heard yesterday is that it was supposed to be from somebody who travels to Orlando 7,000 times a year. What's up, Steve? Is that there were thunderstorms, like 80% chance of thunderstorms the entire game. Now, yes, in Florida, you can, as people that go to Orlando and Panama City Beach quite frequently, a couple times a year ourselves, I can tell you that it can say on the radar that there's an 80% chance of rain all day, and it rained 5 minutes in the morning before you even wake up. So, yeah, that is normal weather. Donnie, good talk, good show. Hey, man, I appreciate you. One of my longtime supporters and people that I appreciate. Bubba, see you at the game. Teresa wants to know why Shawn's in the dark.
I replied.
He is sitting on his front porch. Oh, all right. Keep y'all's conversation somewhere. Michael Singleton says, let's go turn this thing around. Absolutely. Again, shout out to Marcus and Steve holding it down. Joey, any last words?
Maryland sucks.
Oh,
Maryland's trash.
You know what? You continue, then Shawn, you go right after him. I'm going to give Joey his present.
Maryland's trash. Get your pet spayed or neutered. Control the pet population. And Card Nation, let's continue to support this team. Hopefully they get it turned around and right the ship, so to speak, and get back into somewhat of a winning way. But yeah, just go Cards. Go ahead, Shawn.
Well, let's win one, and then we can move on from there. And that, all I hope is that everybody hopefully gets regardless if we win or lose. And enjoy the darkness, people. This is nice. It's kind.
All right, let's go. Let's turn this thing around. I'm getting back to y'all. Jeremy, Kenny Payne won those games. I'm not very good at it, but it is what it is. Let's go. I'm ready. Lightning is the bigger threat. Yeah. What's up, Yoda? Michael, my brother. Shawn does need a date. If y'all have anybody, an auntie, maybe y'all have a niece that's just awkward, that's like 19 or 20. He's not going to discriminate no matter what their issues are. I'm ready, bro. Me too. One game down, right? Kenny Payne won those games. Joey, go ahead and show everybody what you got.
I'll have to come around to yours because I'm not on the picture anymore.
Crap. My mom is single. Hold on.
Maryland is still trash. My man. Oh, hold on. Gotta look at the back.
Nice.
Got us a little bit of gear. Shawn, yours is here too.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna let Lucy whirl around in it though. Cards on. Oh yeah. Well, I don't know how well you can see mine, but I did get the new 55 hoodie. Shout out to Kevin. 55 on the front. Oh.
Nice.
CSZ Podcast on the back. So if y'all want any kind of gear like that, just hit up our guy Kevin Lewis. He'll hook you up. Love it. Only way a girl will ever wear Shawn's shirt. As if Lucy rolls around it. Lucy, my dog. My last words: support the team. At the end of the day, this is a game. Everybody's getting angry and their feelings hurt and letting this affect them personally. As somebody that's had a lot of stuff personal happen, it's don't mean. I mean, whether we win, whether we go 12-0 or 0-12, at the end of the day, as long as you're alive, breathing, and everything's cool, just don't let this affect you. Things will work out the way they were intended to work out. He will be either retained or fired when he was supposed to be, and just let everything. Obviously, we want to see a good product on the field, but at the end of the day, let's get this back to focus on the star here. What's going to happen is going to happen. So go and have fun with friends. Yeah, go and have fun with friends. Or if you're somebody like Bubba who don't have any friends, go and find somebody else's friends. Like they will definitely be there for you. And maybe y'all can find Shawn a date. I don't know. We've come back. Yeah, for sure, Scuba Steve. Great point. We have come back from Cooper and Crack seasons. We'll be back. Absolutely. Thanks again for the support, you all. We love you all. Even Bubba Ray. Until next time, this has been the Cardinal Sports Zone Podcast. The audio's still on, so we can do one of those things where we pretend to talk, but no, let's actually talk.
We can talk.
Bubba says he's tiny, so he can piggyback easy. Thank you, Michael. We appreciate it. Can't wait to show y'all everybody's shirts. I'll give y'all a hint. Shawn has something to do with the amount of girls he's been with.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Show me after the show.
And Higgy's has something to do with his favorite pastime.
Oh, man.
Get it, Yoda. C. 0-40. Stop interrupting stuff, Bubba. Come on, Yoda. Give us the ARDS. All right, I will. CARDS. Here they come. All right, slowly but surely. 35-31 Louisville, says Michael. All right, y'all. We'll talk to y'all Sunday at 1:30. Later.